Hey YouTube, it's Rob. How's it going? Um, I thought maybe I should make a video showing you how my theory can easily solve geological mysteries that have baffled geologists for decades. And one of them happens to be where Italy got its mountains. Take a look at what I can do though. Okay. Um, okay, here. Okay, this is Antarctica and South America, and between them they have unusual crater and a big mound or a split or something, whatever you want to call that. Okay, and I showed you, well, you can't see it in this one, but this area lines up with the Himalayas and then some. But this time I'm concerned more with this area here at the moment. See how it shoots out from here? Well, it lines up with this first C. Okay, perfect. And I know that there's people watching this that think, well, that's not good enough. Okay, well, it lines up, and this also fits in here. Okay, I'm gonna try and point out as much stuff as I can. Um, let's see here. And move it back and forth helps a lot. Okay, well, okay, let's maybe if I zoom out. Okay. Guess we'll just keep going. So if I go forward, this then also morphs into this. Oh yeah, I remember somebody calling it morphological land features or something. I don't know what he called it, but I know he made it up. Anyhow, you can see how it's fitting in here. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Okay. And then it fits here. Okay. So the same thing that fits here, this thing, well, it kind of fits in here too, now that I notice. Okay, but that's not the big deal here. I mean, it is a big deal, but I know that there's too many people out there that just think that's nothing. Even though there's other things lining up, like these mountains and stuff, but we'll just keep going here. Zoom out a little bit. And then so that same area moves and fills in here. So what gives? How can the same area that fits in there fit in here? Well, it's easy. My theory is based upon reoccurring patterns that were from a vortex. That, of course, vortexes rotate. And this is not something that just popped in my head. I actually sat down and figured this out. It took me a while to figure out what could have caused this. Okay, because I know there's people that just think that I just randomly come up with this stuff, whatever. Okay, so anyways, here's my proof that this fits on into here. Right, you can see how it fits in there. See these? You just tell. See those pieces that are missing from the island? Well, these are probably them. They're mountains, and they're just pulled away like this. Okay, and when that fits in there, I have other things that fit. You gotta look at these volcanoes and mountains and stuff. They're also reoccurring, and they fit perfect. Okay, then see this right here. As this comes in, you can see that it fits here. See that dot right there? See that dot right there? There's the first one, and then there's a second one, and you could probably map the whole movement here by moving from dot to dot to dot. Who knows? let's not get too carried away here, but you can tell this is related. Hold on. Okay, so if this fits in here, and then look, you'll notice that this fits in here. You can actually see the swirling and stuff behind it, but you can see that, lo and behold, those fit in here. So this must be a recurring pattern of this. So if my theory is correct, then if this fits in here, and it does, then this must also fit in there. Let's take a look. Bring it on through. Yep, look at here. You can see that this even looks like it, the way it just has things. It just looks like it. So then this moves in here, and look, it's fitting. Let me back out so we can get a better overview. Sure enough. So what are the odds that this fits in here, this fits in here, and they're same thing? Those guys that keep telling me that I'm just randomly, that this doesn't count as evidence. Well, when I can double fit it like that, it sure the hell does, actually. Look at that. You see how that fits right here? Come on. Everybody can tell that this is what made this. Now, I promised you that I was going to show you how Italy got its mountains, because it is a big mystery actually in geology. You can look it up on YouTube. You'll find videos on it, and then they tell you stuff like that they're related to the Alps or something like that. Well, technically, all these mountains are related to one another, but I can show you what made Italy's mountains and solve this decades-old mystery. You see this? See how that lines up with that, and then these line up here? Here it comes. See it? See these mountains right here? These are from the other side of the planet. Nobody has been able to figure this out. I'm sorry, but I've solved this mystery. Look at the oh crap. I'm gonna make some close-up shots so that you can truly see that these line up to the finest details, and they do. There's no doubt about it. This is what created the mountains in Italy. And there's more too. All this, the whole thing sliding, all this is all Italy. Now, how could I figure this out and modern geology not? And if you think that, man, if you think that this isn't right, well, you telling me that it's not right is not proof that it's wrong. Okay, that just doesn't work. Why don't you take an overlay of these areas, superimpose them, and show me how they don't line up? Other than that, you can tell that I'm right, right? I mean, it means I'm right. This counts as evidence. I don't care if you think it's a cartoon. And then look, it continues on. So what that means is that shit, this also will line up here. It's got a triangle shape, you know. Look at that. Look at that right there. There's no there's no explanation for this in seismology. Plate tectonics does not only can it not predict this, its theory won't support this because it's wrong. This is observable evidence, 100%, whether it's a cartoon or not. It's still, uh, um, a model of the Earth, and these areas are lining up, and they're from opposite sides of the planet. And you can tell that this is what made Italy. The textures, everything's there. Over and over again, it's showing you that it made Italy. This is that crater that fits in China's crater. Opposite sides of the planet. This is the spinning vortex, by the way. That's where you get these marks from. You see these weird, well, they look like giant waves, because they were giant waves of magma, like you've never seen before. Mountain-sized giant waves. These are ripples, right? Yeah, it's just like this. Spinning. This is a wake or a vortex. Electromagnetism will spin like that on a large scale too. Okay, let's see how far we can take this, I guess. I think that's the end of it right in here, but and then what's trippy is look over here in Africa. There's the Eye of Sahara is over here. This is the Eye of the Sahara. They have no idea what made this. They have some theories, but they're not even close. This would be made by the vortex that I was talking about that made this planet. And the reason that all this information's on the surface of our planet is because the surface was what was made first by this vortex. Because if you think about it, if a vortex is sucking up something, well, it's going to come out and spill over the top of the vortex, basically. And that's what created the rest of the planet. But you can just see the electrical in here, by the way, and spinning. This was a North Pole, or this was one of the poles at one time. I guarantee that. Electrical made this. Just like on Mars, NASA keeps wanting you to believe that water made all that. It did not. Electrical made this. It's that easy to see. You gotta stop letting NASA tell you how things are. What the hell is that? What the heck is that? Like a giant canyon? Oh, yeah, it's some kind of canyon or something. Can't guarantee you electrical made that too. Guarantee. I promise you it did. The other cool thing is I noticed that the sand lines up electrically too, and I keep wondering there might be still residual energy here that causes the sand to form these patterns. I don't think it's the wind. Would the wind just stop like that and just change? Does that say Rob? Almost. R-O-B. I don't know. I see that a lot, man. It's crazy. Anyways, sorry. I took a detour here. I got sidetracked. I have a short attention span. Anyways, that's the Eye of Sahara. Now let's get back to what I was originally going to try and do. So you got the Eye of Sahara down here, which is another mystery. Look at that. I think they think a meteor made this crater. I really do. It's a big crater. And I'm pretty sure that they claim a meteor made that, but I think I can prove otherwise. I already hear it. So, that doesn't mean it made it? Oh, okay, hold on a second, guy. I'm not done. Thanks for falling for my trap, though. How many meteors have the same size? There you go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can't believe it. Heck, while I'm at it, why don't I show you what made the Red Sea and stuff and everything else too. See, all these things made everything. This right here off of Africa is a discharge. It's an electrical discharge, and electrical is what made our planet. And since I'm in the mood of solving mysteries and stuff, here's the Red Sea. Um, Zoom in here so you can see that it does line up in multiple ways. Anyways, I know there's people that are going to see this and not believe any of, well, this part at least, but I guarantee you this is also responsible. You see this, let's see, that, and then there's kind of hard to see, but there's this zit looking mountain right here. Oh, a volcano, I guess. And where the hell did it go? Anyways, there's some zit looking volcanoes on here too. This one's kind of hard to see, so, and I'm too tired to, oh yeah, here you go. You see that? Yep. Alright, this thing's taking too long. Oh, crap. I guess I'll have to make another video. I have so much more. But before I go, I want to show you the same area that I showed you going, you know, from Antarctica and South America going this way. Well, like I said, this thing rotated, and as it came in, you can see that it's rotated and it still lines up. Still lines up. Big old circle there. Not a crater from a meteor, but from electromagnetism. Lines up all over the place. You can see that lines up too, and here we go, lining up. Again, actually the whole thing rotated through and went everywhere, and you can see that because it just keeps lining up. You can see that it just lines up. For anybody that thinks that this isn't good enough evidence that well, plate tectonics is ruined after this, I don't know what else to tell you, man. It's just crazy that if you can't see this as good evidence. You got this star-looking stuff right there. It just keeps going on and on and on. I can keep lining this up over and over and over again, and it's gonna line up perfect. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm sorry I made this so long.